Minnesota has the worst racial disparities in housing ownership of any other state in the whole nation. That's just not okay. And even though we've got some progress being made with our Minnesota Housing Finance Agency, we need to do better.
Many of the families are facing a number of barriers in getting into homeownership. And I heard some earlier discussion about credit being a barrier. A number of people have gone into foreclosure because they didn't understand the system of credit, and they didn't understand, they got into some early predatory products early on that were very high cost, and that put them at a disadvantage and created some barriers for them. And so what this particular pool, not only educating them, we found a loan pool that would be revolving, a sustainable loan pool, where the servicing and the fees to this particular loan pool would go back into a pool of resources that would be redistributed annually to each of these organizations that have this track record of helping its people, thus being a very sustainable pool of resources. The particular pool, as you can see in the bill, would have the ability with the $50 million to bring in about $1.7 million to be distributed to these organizations to actually do the heavy lifting. The goal is to grow this loan fund over time.
My name is Kenneth Scale. I heard about Build Wealth in Minnesota back in 2010. The best advertisement that I ever seen from the program was somebody that went through it before me. Well, my coworker went through Build Wealth Minnesota, and I seen how much that it changed his life financially, with his children, all the wraparound resources that he has gotten. And I was like, wow, this is something that I want for my family as well. And so I enrolled in the program in 2010, and through the program it taught me how to build wealth, it taught me how to budget, how to save money, and not only just for living for today or think about tomorrow, but also think about the future and the next generation. Growing up, my mom, I never grew up in a house. That was always one of my dreams, to grow up in a house. Growing up, we moved from apartment to apartment, state to state. And finally, when we moved here to Minnesota, I said, what more can I do for my community? And so going through Build Wealth allowed that for me to gain that access to the American dream. And I'm happy to say, sitting here as a homeowner as of 2012, and through all the stuff that I learned through Build Wealth Minnesota, got me better prepared to be a homeowner, to invest into my community. And one quick small story, I think it was last year, right around springtime, I was outside and I was raking the lawn, and I realized, I looked around, all my neighbors started to come outside, introduce themselves to me, and also they start raking their lawn. So I look at that, it's like, wow, this is great. And all the experience that I got through Build Wealth Minnesota, I became that advertisement. I wanted more people that look like me, more people of color, to gain that access to the American dream. Thank you so much for your time.